Hey, hey Maria, welcome back. Welcome back to the Chammy, the only channel on YouTube where you can get a mostly professional tarot card reading from a haunted house in a creepy graveyard. Tonight's special is the buy one get one free. You can still get the $5 reading, but it's changed a little bit since the Black Friday Cyber Weekend week started. Since that deal is over and Thanksgiving is come and gone, I still have the $5, but it's just what you need to know right now. It's not you asking me to ask the tarot cards a question for you. It's you asking me to ask Spirit what you need to know right now for $5. So you can still get that $5 reading. It is buy one get one free. If you would like to continue with the 3 question readings, they're $6 and up. You can get the $6 taco box, up to 3 questions, 6 minutes, 6+ cards, whichever comes first, as well as your 11/11 love reading, your $20 past, present, future, as well as your $30 general reading. So Maria, I have your questions now, and I am just going to do a real quick free collective message while you're here. I'm just going to pull one little card and see what we need to know right now, and then I'll do your reading real quick. It won't take very long. How was your weekend, dear? I swear to God, I just dropped a card. There it is. Spirit, I'm calling forth our most trusted and strongest spirit guides. This is for anyone who might be in the chat, anyone who might be in the chat later, anyone who might watch the replay. Hey Metal Rain, how are you, sweetheart? I hadn't had a chance to catch up with your messages just yet. I hope you're having a good day, or at least a good evening. I know you said that you weren't having the best of day, the best Monday that you could have possibly had. So let's put some cool music on. That's my hope. Spirit, I'm calling forth our most trusted and strongest spirit guides as a collective. What do we need to know as a spirit message right now? What is it that you need us to know right now, Spirit? So keep looking up. Yeah, you may have had a bad day, but you know what? You don't have to stay positive to manifest what you want. You're always manifesting. Involuntarily, the way that you breathe, the way that your heart beats, you know, the way that you wouldn't struggle to have a thought. I mean, you might, but you certainly wouldn't have a struggle to make your heart beat. So acceptance is the answer. Whatever it is that the answer is that you are looking for. Maybe you're looking for a sign about something. But Spirit is saying it's time to stop looking for signs and start accepting that the answer is your desire is already yours. And keep, you know, looking forward to having that experience. Spirit also says today that I see that you're here and I'm glad. So welcome back to the Haunted House, the only haunted house on YouTube where you can get a professional tarot card reading brought to you by Madame Pamita and the Parlor of Wonders. Check out Madame Pamita's channel. There's a lot of spiritual information over there and education for anyone who might be looking for it. If anybody has any questions about the tarot, this channel, my music, manifesting, please feel free to ask. Love, life in general. I'm pretty sure someone here has an answer. Okay, Maria, are you ready, dear? I've got your questions. Penny, welcome to the chamming. Okay, Maria. Feels great about your date. Something felt new and different and transformative. You know, he's been looking for new reasons to do new things, try new stuff. His thoughts have been more about talking about those things, more communicating about those kind of things, like what would bring more joy into your relationship. In the Star, the Death, the Judgment, and the Sun card, which is what's coming towards you both for your relationship. It's just nothing but joy. Okay? Now, of course, he's feeling a little bit more transformed in a way that is positive and genuine, instead of like by fear or something that's negative, like, which is the way it's been normalized over on the other side of things. But there is a whole lot of joy coming your way. You know, you are this guiding light to him in the Star card. Does he have something to tell you? Yeah. Maybe he wants to buy you a new car, or take you on a trip. And that's what he would say to you if he could. Right now, it's just that it's all in the thought process. It's all in the planning in his mind. Kind of processing kind of energy. As far as a message from him to you, you got I pulled from the clarifying love situations. I think if he was to clarify more of your love situation, in regards to his feelings and his thoughts for you, yeah, that's why it's called ASMR. So you might want to put your headphones on or turn up the live, or maybe it's just not, maybe the sound isn't working for you that great because you're not supposed to hear what I'm saying. But back to what I was saying to you, Maria. This person has found balance through the connection with you. And the most important message here is that how much that balance has given him an inner strength to move outside of the comfort zone that has kept him, you know, well, in shackles for so long. You know, it's quite liberating for him. And to also have love on his side. You know, someone that's reciprocating with positive action, positive reflection, positive atonement, helping him navigate boundaries that maybe he may not have had so gracefully without you. You know, he's more able to master the art of harmony with you in his life. Yeah, thoughts are good, connections are good, feeling good. Overall, everything is very positive, and you know, it might be sometimes difficult for you, once again, to stay in the idea of what it is that serves you. Everyone has that problem. You know, we'll get sometimes stuck in the reflection of the things that we don't, you know, want to see, hear, envision. You know, but at least you're acknowledging your insecurities maybe through that, or what you got to work on when it comes to your self-concept, or it comes to that kind of self-work. You're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you. Hey, Rob, how are you, dear? Happy Monday. How have you been, Rob? Oh, is it Tuesday? Why did I swear to God, I thought it was Monday. Are you sure it's Tuesday? It's not Tuesday, is it? If it's Tuesday, then... Oh my God, I hope someone took the trash out, because I'm certainly not taking it out. Miss Molly is probably in bed, sleeping. She has to be to work at 7 o'clock in the morning. So she'll probably be hanging out on the earlier lives. So I'm going to be adding an earlier live from now on. See if I can catch an extra $5 for Ruby's blood work. Barely know your own name today, huh? Gosh, that's how I feel after I talk to strangers on the phone. About like healthcare, taxes, dental appointments, vision care, doctor appointments, CT scans. Can I what? Okay, so readings start at $5, Thomas family. I can help you with love, family, career, money, protection, soulmate, twin flame. Okay, all readings start at $5. When you get the $5 reading, you're just having me ask and channel spirit to let you know what you need right now. If you'd like to get the $6 reading, you can ask up to 3 questions. Okay, even if you only have 1 question, all readings start at $6, Thomas family. Welcome to the Chammy. Welcome to the haunted house. So if you do want to get a free reading, please like and subscribe. You could win a free reading by leaving a comment on the channel somewhere. And if we hit 20 likes, 20 subscriptions, I'll open the tarot to free Q&A. You called the dentist for Eliana that your friend recommended, not even a thank you. Oh, you didn't get a thank you from her? Man, I wish someone would call a dentist for me. I really do. So today I called a holistic dentist, and they're like, yeah, so we're out of network, but this is how it works. We'll charge you $500 for x-rays and an oral examination. And then, you know, we'll just have your insurance company send you a check for the same price of whatever you paid us. So I was like, that's a little bit strange. Yes, a holistic dentist, Rob. Yeah. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but I'm just not so sure I'm, ready for going backwards to, textbook dentistry that, comes from 1953, 1983, or even 2003. I mean, we live in modern advanced times. I just want to get the best dental care that I can. Yes, but also dental care back then was pretty awful too. I mean, think about it. Once sugar was introduced, pretty much humans were doomed. If you're gonna eat sugar on a regular basis, even if it's just carbohydrates, that alone. And I can't remember how many times I've sat there with like a cup of coffee and it took me an hour to drink it. And that's probably like the worst thing that you could ever do for your teeth. Is like open a beer, open a water from a can, or a drink from a can, or a soda, or a coffee or a tea, and spend more than 30 minutes with the drink. Because the acid builds up in it, which eats your enamel. Hello, cow. Hello, Alma. We love cows around here. They're so cute and cuddly. You guys know that cows are just like big puppy dogs, right? You drink black coffee with one sugar. I try to stay away from sugar because it makes your body think that you're hungry when you're not. Well, I've got a spider in my hair. Good. I like spiders. Hey, Pamien. What's going to happen between you and your girlfriend? You're gonna buy a tarot card reading and find out. So what kind of spider was in my hair? Hi, Frankendad. How are you?
Well, Candace came and say good night.
All right.
It's happy here?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you told me you turn it off earlier.
Yeah, I usually turn it off when we wake up in the morning. Because it's...
Nairobi.
Feels like Miami in here.
I need you.
So hot and humid you can't breathe.
Hmm? Okay.
It gets so hot like Florida in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep. It's 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Be careful with that wire, don't trip on it, okay? The black one.
Okay.
Kind of a high. Okay. I put
The sleepy pot over it? Okay. Yeah. Frankendad, is my pops. And you know what's so funny is like that's something he came up with that name himself. I did not come up with Frankendad. Which I thought was kind of cute. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna that's your new nickname. And he came up with that name because he's had so many surgeries in his life that he's got all these scars like from multiple different surgeries he's had and or injuries from his job, the kind of job he had, and or like maybe things that happened to him growing up or being in the military or that kind of thing. Yeah, my dad's a lot of fun. And he's kind of like the athletic fun, like the kind of like okay, the like adventurous kind of fun. Yeah, if I was gonna like tell you or anybody, what are my parents like? Adventurous. And you know, and that's probably why I get along with a lot of people who are adventurous. Because I mean, I'm adventurous, but I also have agoraphobia. So I'm like weirdly adventurous. You know, I'm not going to go and snorkel a cave with you, but you know, I might sleep outside in strange places you might not even think of. Because of maybe how weird or dark or scary or off they might feel or be. Like, would you sleep in a graveyard? I do every night. Oh. And like, but then you're like dawn on me until I just said that right now, by the way. And I've been here for years. Oh, I know. Growing up in Florida, it's like, you know, if you're not careful, you're gonna get eaten. And you'll get eaten before the adults get eaten, so. And you might get lucky, a dog might get it first, and then you'll be aware that there's something that's looking for small things to eat. But yeah. The amount of alligator and crocodile and wild feral animals there, terrifying. To me, it's scary. Always has been, always will be. And now, of course, the trafficking of reptiles that are not even native. You know what's so strange about Florida? It's where I first saw my first white reindeer. I don't know if it was wild. I don't know if it got away from a circus or something like that. But it was like New Year's. No, it wasn't New Year's Eve. It was actually like a Christmas Eve. It was like around Christmas time. You're worried about raccoons gaining some kind of original shit. I don't know. I mean, you know, if I needed to build an army, raccoons might, you know, be good to have on my side. In the deer world. We got a couple of deer. They live behind the graveyard. I know, strange place to live, but they go between like the neighbor's side yard and the back of the graveyard. I put some pumpkins out there for them, but I don't know if they're eating them or what could be eating them. I mean, for all I know, it could be Bigfoot out there eating them. I wouldn't put it past Bigfoot to be. Well, it's Tuesday night, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna wait till we all go to bed and go garbage diving, dumpster diving, southern shopping. hot night in the city. Well, in this case, it's winter now, so it would be a cold night in the city. But I do believe in Bigfoot. I know that sounds kind of strange. When I was little and living in Jacksonville, I will be honest, I think that I may have seen, well, I know that I may have seen what they call skunk ape. I don't know if you've ever, like, seen ones or smelled one or know what I'm talking about. Oh, you saw one too? Okay. Alright. So you know what I'm talking about. And I tell you what, though, if I was gonna relive that moment again, I would definitely be taking a picture with my Polaroid camera or whatever camera I might have had around. But at that time in life, like, I mean, not everybody in the early 90s had even a camera or even a cell phone still. Yeah, no one ever believes us. I had a Great Dane, so the Great Dane kind of just always alerted us whenever anything was around like that, especially. I don't think I got back into having an experience with a creature like that until maybe 2009, and I lived in Woodstock, Georgia. But I don't feel that whatever was in Woodstock was the same thing as the skunk ape in Jacksonville. And I don't think that it was the same hairy creature I saw that may have or could have been a werewolf. That looked like a furry, hairy man. So yeah, I don't know. Florida's just strange like that. Really? Sounds pretty scary. I think there's just some things, you know, on this planet that are meant to not be explained. I feel like whatever I had experienced when living in Woodstock, that you know, at the time it was a little bit more, had a little bit more woods to it, a little bit more nature to it. It was less built up. I was getting ready to, I think I was getting ready to move. So it may have been spring of 2011 and not the winter of 2009. But either way, I feel like whatever it was I was experiencing was kind of like maybe the same kind of beast, like one and the same, but very different. Like I was sitting, like I'm sitting here talking to you now, right? And I would, let's just say that the screen is the window next to me or in front of me or whatever. And I noticed, like, really late at night, like, that there were some eyes that were in the bush next to the window. But they weren't, like, human eyes, but yet they were, like, human eyes, like, you know, the way a dog or a cat's eyes would reflect in red or green or yellow. Only these were, like, human eyes, like our human eyes, only they they reflect like the way my dog's eyes reflect red or gold or And what was kind of creepy about, hey Fiona, how are you, sweetheart? And what was kind of even more creepy, made it even more creepy, is that, like, I mean, you know, it could have been a owl, it could have been anything really, but there was like a dip in the yard, and the plant or the tree or the bush that was in that particular dip in the yard by that deck where that window was. You would have had to been more than 6 feet tall to really be able to see in the window if you were really standing in the center of that bush and standing down on the ground barefoot. Like, I don't know. I'll never know what I saw that night, but it sure did feel like I was looking at something that was looking at me that seemed like humanoid but wasn't. I mean, and I wasn't like sleepy or overworked or having a glass of wine or stuff like that. There wasn't really anything that could have made me hallucinate it, but I really can't explain it either. And that's why I think there are some things on earth that, you know, we can't really explain. That are meant to be unexplained. Was it something sinister? I believe it was Bigfoot. Is Bigfoot sinister? No more than any other guy trying to, like, protect his family, his kids and his crops. I mean, think about it. You know, it's out there trying to survive in the wild. It's trying to figure out where it is, what's happening, who it is. It's completely living off of its inner compass and its senses, its 5, 6 senses. I know, poor Bigfoot. But I mean, I definitely remember many years of living in Georgia and Florida, and seeing, like, bark ripped off some trees and really high spots that you couldn't even imagine reaching yourself at a normal human height. At least I couldn't imagine at 5'4". You know what black magic is? That black permanent hair dye at the supermarket. That's some black magic right there. Well, yeah, I mean, Bigfoots are, I believe, aren't they like 7+ feet? Let's see what Siri says about their heights. Hey Siri, what is the normal height for, say, a Neanderthal? Okay, so what is the normal height for Bigfoot? Okay, so normal height for a Neanderthal female would have been 5'4", 5'5". For a Bigfoot female would have started at 7 feet, 7'9", 7.5 feet tall. They can be covered in white fur, brown fur, black fur, red fur sometimes. Black magic. Are you casting magic, Missy? Oh my goodness. intimate friends, friends who understand you and help you. Okay. Your wish is my command, says the universe. Alright, I'll be right back. I have to go get a drinky treat. And fix my pillows. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Happy Tuesday. Glad it's not Monday. I can't believe I still thought it was Monday. I don't know what happened there. If anybody would like to get a paid reading, I'm still open for paid readings if anybody wants to get one. Not sure how much longer I will be here, but there is a free collective message at the beginning of the live. If anybody is interested, you can go back to the beginning. Starts probably about 2-3 minutes in. It's right before I did Maria's reading. I think it starts maybe at 2:30. Don't they always? What are you talking about? I don't know. I'm just trying to make you laugh. Usually during the Super Bowl, I'm sitting here on YouTube doing tarot card readings. Yeah, I don't know if I remember a time they ever lost. I really am not sure that maybe that one time. Are the Patriots really playing the Super Bowl again? I mean, I think Bad Bunny already won the Super Bowl, so nobody's watching it for the game. Sure, anything's possible, Keith. What happened with Bad Bunny and WrestleMania? I may have no sense of direction with that. Well, thank you so much for your donation, Rob. I appreciate that. Molly's going to come and visit me soon, and we're going to take Ruby to get some blood work done. So I will definitely put that towards Ruby's vet bill this month. Thank you so much. Well, only the good die young now, you know that. I'll never forget how strange it was to, you know, have, you know, Ozzy Osbourne pass away and then turn around like the next couple days, I think, of what Hulk Hogan passed away. It was so strange. A lot of people felt very gutted at that time. 2025 has been such an odd year. Such a very odd year. I think I'm still mourning Ozzy. What is wrong with me? I've been wanting to cover one of his songs. I start to play one or sing one, and I can't even get through it because I'm crying like a little girl. It sucks. I gotta do some things to that video I made for you, Rob, with the last tarot card reading I made for you. Remember there was one previously that I did and I was having problems with YouTube. Yeah, running into that again. And then I just kind of sort of gave up fighting the resistance, as I call them. I just have to change a couple things with the tarot card reading, and then I can try to submit it again and give it to you. Pretty much after that last live that I did on that weekend, I don't know if it was Friday or Saturday that you came by. I've been pretty sick the last 2 weeks, you guys. I just haven't like really been talking about it, or even I've just been trying to push through it. And I do feel better now than I have been in the last 2 weeks. And I think it has to do with my own dental care, because I got in an accident and need to get some dental work taken care of. Like, I got in an accident here at the house and tripped and fell and bit, like, my, the root canal that I have back here. I was getting a tooth restored and it broke because I ended up, like, you know when you clench your teeth? I clenched my teeth too hard and broke the work on that back tooth, so been suffering because of it. But I do feel better now. And it was very weird to kind of have to push through that. And then not even be able to like get help from the dentist that did the original work is even more strange to me. I mean, what I'm saying is that if I was a dentist or I was a doctor or I was a surgeon and one of my patients needed, like, you know, help or corrective help with some work that I did, I would definitely want to help them. So I've just kind of been running around with like a chicken with my head cut off, running around in circles, trying to find some help. I mean, while healthcare here in Atlanta is great, I don't feel or think that dental care is that great. I have run into a lot of shady dentists here. More so than I ever did in Florida or Tennessee or Massachusetts or California. Oh, I love the chiropractor. That's why I decided to look for a holistic dentist, because it just seemed like the right thing to do. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna have to end up going to like a dental surgeon, depending. I'm gonna see what the holistic dentist says I should do, and then go from there. Sometimes a holistic dentist can do certain things that maybe your typical general dentist won't do, doesn't do, or can't do before having to go, honestly, to a dental surgeon. Hey Kimberly, welcome to the channel. How are you tonight? Nice to meet you. Tonight's special is the buy one get one free tarot card reading. That's why it says holiday special BOGO. So you can get the $5 reading, which is just what you need to know right now. It's not like you asking the tarot question. You can also get the $6 taco box, 1111 love reading, past, present, future reading, or a general reading, and ask up to 3 questions. Every dollar you spend, you get 1+ minute, 1+ cards. Plus, it's buy one get one free. Oh, that's interesting. So, yeah, some dentists are just, they have no empathy, no compassion. They want you to take a fucking Tylenol after they've ripped like 4 teeth out of your head or done like 2 root canals. Pardon my French. Or even, you know, an implant or something. I think and feel like some of these general dentists, especially the ones that are like pushing retirement or pushing that age where they're pushing 70 and 80 and they're still doing their dental work and still pushing the idea of 1950s textbook on your mouth. Like, I'm trying to avoid that. That's what my problem is to begin with, is going to these cosmetic dentists or general dentists or dentists who are like, sorry, we only do tiny little cases. Oh, you have a tiny little cavity? That's nice. Have a nice day. Can we clean your teeth for you? Past, present, future. Should I look back ever? Is my intuition right, or am I tripping? Will any of it matter in the future? Well, I feel like intuitively, will any of it matter in the future? Probably not. But there will be the wisdom that you've learned that you will take with you that will matter in the future. Like the things that you've learned that maybe intuitively protect you from harm or help you make better choices for you, your family, and the ideas of what you, and the ideals that you have for you and your family. You know, I don't know, mother, father, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, cousins, whatever, friends. But should you look back ever? Sure, you should look back on times that were happy and nostalgic moments. Ex-finance or ex-fiance. Ex-finance. Well, I don't know. Nothing ever worked out with my ex-fiancés, so every time I look back at that, it's kind of like, you know, why break up when you just want me back? at some point that's when I'm convenient for you. Didn't you have fun cheating or something, or coming up with some idea as to why I wasn't good enough for you? Like, so I try not to go back there. I try not to go back to the exes, and if any of the exes are watching, fuck you. You know what you did. I forgive you, but fuck you. You know, and that's just how I personally have to be, because it's like, even if they were the last person on earth, I mean, how can I surrender to that? You know, after they cheat on you once or 10 times, it doesn't matter. Could they never cheat on you again? I don't know. Does cheating on you and then offering themselves back to you one day, or even betraying you? It doesn't even have to be cheating on you with somebody else. It could be betrayal. It could, maybe they hurt somebody you care about, or a friend, or maybe they hurt themselves, or they betrayed you by betraying themselves. You know, who fucking knows? I mean, there's so many different scenarios that people could manifest. Oh yeah, sometimes you know too much, and then you have to play stupid. Yeah. Well, should you look back ever? Yeah, sure. Look back at the times that felt good. Maybe moments or things you did that you want to recreate with, you know, happy and harmonious moments with new people or new friends, or recreate them with friends and family, things like that. So is your intuition right, or are you tripping? I think you're tripping on the fact that you know your intuition is right about it. That seems pretty fair. I mean, it also seems like a lot of common sense too. Like, why would your intuition be wrong about something? I mean, it's, you know, whether you're picking a parking spot or playing a lottery ticket. You know, I think intuitively we know right where we belong, even if we're in denial of it. Oh, I know. But thank goodness that you're the male species of the Gemini, so you're not that bag of nuts. You know what I mean? Just gonna pull a couple of cards for you. But seriously, I mean, Gemini's like the Peter Pan of the zodiac. Okay? So, when you think about Peter Pan, how he lived in a reality that pleased him in a way where he did what he could when he could to feel the experience of youth and being youthful. And, you know, the ideas of what it took for him to go through fear to courage to even go beyond being just one of the Lost Boys, or even a leader of the Lost Boys, and having to overcome something like Hook and his crocodile, or, you know, these can all be attributed to various many horrors that we deal with every day in our everyday life. Nurturing that intuition, like, yeah, I think that you're tripping because you know that some of the things that maybe you went through with your ex, you intuitively knew you were right, and could have probably saved yourself a lot of sorrow and a lot of time had you just nurtured more of the idea of, you know, your intuition being right about it, and taken the initiative to be your own best friend in this Empress card, and been like, yeah, Empress out. And what I mean by Empress out is, like, you know, taking care of you. nurturing your dreams, your life, yourself, your now, instead of going through maybe what you did go through, and experiencing, you know, a breakup, and then wondering all this time, like, was it just all for nothing? Which, no, it wasn't all for nothing. I'm not sure if that's how you're feeling, but, you know, that person was obviously very significant for you in your life, and very important and very special. I know that you guys were together for a really long time. You know, so I can't really imagine, though, you know, what it would be like to be with somebody like, you know, from high school and on for years, and then one day they just tell you, yeah, I want to be a dental hygienist. Peace out. But you know what? I mean, I guess I do. I mean, I know what it's like to be in a long-term relationship with somebody, and then one day they're just like, never mind. I'd rather, you know, do something else. But it's when they just like walk out on you, and it wasn't anything that you know, I feel kind of like maybe she just kind of walked out on whatever it was that you were. Dental hygienist sounds just like that, really, like, are you serious? Am I really hearing her voice here? You know, this is interesting. So I'm trying to, like, you know, just as we chat about your situation, Rob, and I have the Love Tarot deck in my hands, and I put the Empress back in the deck, but I see that she's popped back out again. But this time it's like we're talking about her, and it's reversed. Showing me that this person that we're communicating about, she could have very well been underlyingly toxic, jealous of you, maybe even jealous of your connection with other women, or maybe even your mom, your connection with your mom. But this person's got poor self-concept, and sometimes someone dumping you or breaking up with you really can be the best thing that has ever happened to you. Metal Rain, I see your questions. Is Liliana even serious about going to Disneyland next week? How could somebody not be serious about going to Disneyland next week? Will Star be okay? She drank last week due to depression. Okay. Will I hear from Alana soon? If I don't reach out again. Okay. Yeah, we can do those questions in a moment. Oh, I don't know, maybe I'm just dumb, but I don't know how anyone can have high self-esteem and low emotional intelligence. I think they're just narcissistic. I think they're narcissistic. No, I think if they were delusional even a bit, they could manifest whatever they want. But I think what it is that they're a narcissist. They're a narcissist, and they have low it's not emotional intelligence as much as it is emotional apathy, empathy, sympathy. Delusional might be a great word for it, but it's really It's really somebody who, you know, they don't know what they want, so they're never going to get what they want. They're not delusional enough. In a good way. Can you send me one email? If you want, and I'll read it when I get a chance. Well, you know, I was gonna say that this one little word, I could be wrong. You know, and but you know the person, I don't, but it could be somebody who is slowly also maybe genetically, possibly, or toxically, mentally, physically, they did something or something happened to them in their life more recently that might have been traumatic, or something that came up had to do with trauma, and it's maybe she's developing some kind of sociopathic pathological kind of toxic lying kind of I'm not really sure what you're asking me, Mikey. What do you mean just one last time? Can I send you one email just one last time? Like, why? Are you okay? I mean, did you send me a payment for a reading or something? So, so what's wrong, Mikey? You don't have to send an email. Just tell us what's going on. So I could be wrong about the sociopathic energy, but definitely somebody who, I just kind of feel like when she pulled away from you, I mean, I understand how maybe she felt like, yeah, she had to move on to become a better version of herself, or whatever her excuse was. But, you know, I guess I just am like a heartbreaker. I'm a different kind of heartbreaker. I try to kind of like do the right thing for everyone when it comes to trying to kind of settle things or settle a score with someone, whether I'm breaking up with them as a friend or breaking up with them as a girlfriend or whatever. I usually try to stay away from getting into a relationship that might not please me in a way that pleases me, but also making up an excuse just to like be able to go out there and party, or be able to just go out there and, you know, you can't just tell me that she broke up with you so she can work all the time. It just doesn't make any sense. Have you ever seen that movie, A Million Ways to Die in the West? I kind of feel like, you know, when Albert's girlfriend broke up with him, like that's the girl that you kind of dodged a bullet. Like, her eyes are so big, but she's so blind she can't even see when true love is looking at her right in the face. You know? And that's not your fault. That's really not your fault. I mean, mean, you have a lot to offer her, and you still could offer it to her. I mean, it's not like, it's not like, you guys will probably know each other the rest of your lives, to be honest. Believe it or not. I couldn't imagine you guys not knowing each other at least for like the rest of your lives. Considering how long you've known each other already. You just never know. I mean, most of the people I've known all my life. You know, whether I dump them or they dump me. You know, or we stayed friends or didn't stay friends and we just stayed acquaintances. You sent me an email? Why? No, I'm not doing a reading for you for $1. I don't do $1 readings, sweetheart. I've told you that 10 times. Don't ask me again. If you want the $5 reading to know what you need to know right now, get the $5 reading. If you want the $6 reading to ask up to 3 questions, fine. To ask a question. But I'm sorry, dear. I don't do $1 readings. If you're going to ask me if she loves you, I will not answer that question either one more time. Okay? Not trying to be rude. I'm trying to help you understand, Mikey, that your state of mind about your situation is what is going to reflect back to you. So if you keep asking if she loves you, no, she hates your guts. Why are you going to keep seeing that reflect back to you? Is because you don't believe it, that she loves you. Or you would not be asking this question all the time. I can't imagine how many other tarot card readers you're going to asking this question. Of course she loves you. You are lovable. Now, you wouldn't struggle to make your heart beat one more moment. You wouldn't struggle to have a thought about the next thing that you're going to do today. So why struggle believing that you are lovable? Okay, so stop. Stop wondering if she cares, if she feels, if she loves, if you'll be together. Because what you desire is already yours. The only reason that you don't see it showing up or don't see it formulating right now, or possibly your everyday or every moment of your life, excuse me, is quite possibly because you are doubtful of you, yourself, and your situation, and you don't need to be doubtful of it. I mean, sure, be doubtful of it. You don't need to believe in it. You don't need to stay positive. As long as you stay in the knowing of knowing that you can have and be and do and feel and be whatever you want to be. And even if you can't feel what that's like, I'm sorry, but try. I mean, and at the end of the day, there really is no such thing as try. I mean, you wouldn't try to pick up a pencil. You wouldn't try to email me. You wouldn't try to type and chat. No, you would just do it. Okay? And even if you had no hands, you would still just do it. You know? Maybe you would use your nose and your upper lip or your toe or something. But think about it. You are the only causation, Mikey. You are the operant power of your situation. Don't let anybody make you think anything else. But no, you can't. I'm sorry. You can't pay me $1 to answer the same question for you again. Okay? When I know it to be true and know it to be fact that you are what you eat, and you have no choice but to embody and experience what you truly believe, think, and feel, unfortunately. Yeah. So what do you want the next scene to be with her, Mikey? Do you want the next scene to be, you know, you're getting married, or you want the next scene to be you're never seeing her again? It's your choice. Not trying to like put you on the naughty step or anything, but I'm trying to tell you that there are no amount of tarot cards, okay? And there are no amount of tarot card readers that can change it for you, that can make it happen any better than you can for yourself, okay? Doesn't mean that we can't help you manifest it, and we are. Okay, the way you treat me, the way you treat this live, the way you treat this channel is how your situation is just going to treat you back, Mikey. So be good to yourself with your thoughts. Be good to and grateful for whatever it is that you are experiencing in your life, because vitamin G can be like one of the best vitamins you can take, which is gratitude. Gratitude can really help you grow a lot in your spiritual journey and your abundance, as well as seeing more of the things that you would like to experience and see yourself in your life. So let me go ahead and get to your reading, Metal Rain. Are you still there, Metal Rain? Hey, Dremelife. It's an interesting username. Okay, so welcome back, Rob. But yeah, Rob, I'm not sure that she has really high self-esteem. I just think that, her high self-esteem, it might come out of, it might seem like high self-esteem because it's like kind of a cover-up for actually being rude and snarky and low vibrational. I mean, who goes and dumps who gets on their high horse and dumps somebody? I don't know. I guess maybe people with high self-esteem. I can't even remember a time that I ever really dumped anybody, except I might have dumped, I think actually I did. I dumped 2 boyfriends, okay? And, one of them, I said, I'm tired of putting up with you cheating on me with everybody and their mother. And the other one just, was emotionally abandoning the connection and the relationship. And it was a lot easier for us to just be friends, I felt, than to be boyfriend, girlfriend, and move on to other paths in life. But as far as, and I don't really know that at either time I was like, had really high self-esteem. Nothing ever feels good about breaking up with anybody, but it certainly never made a difference in my self-esteem, whether I broke up with someone or not. Spirit, is Ileana even serious about going to Disneyland next week with Metal Rain? Is Ileana even serious about going to Disneyland with Metal Rain? So yeah, it's like this is something she'd really like to do, is go to Disneyland. Emperor card saying, yeah, sure. Very much so. Something she'd like to take care of. Spirit, can you clarify the Empress card? Well, I mean, does anybody really have a choice when someone's dumping them other than to be forced to be mutually okay with it? I mean, I don't know. Does anybody know anybody who's ever dumped somebody and had to call the cops because they just like kind of lost their mind or something? Spirit, can you clarify this Emperor in regards to Ileana being serious, even being serious about going to Disneyland? So paid readings are open for another 10 minutes if anybody would like to get a paid reading. I'm going to be turning off the live here pretty soon and saying goodnight. So have another wonderful day of being on the phone with strangers. And be plenty of sleep before, you know, I get on the phone with strangers and start cussing them out because they're highly annoying to me. So I'm not getting too much energy from the cards in regards to the Emperor clarification, so I'm going to try a different deck, Rain. So, yeah, she is serious about going. It seems like a really bright, wild idea. Something she'd really like to do, but she's kind of a little bit nervous about all the fine-tunings and how things will get worked out. You know, she doesn't want it to feel shady and shadowy. Like, she wants to have a good time. She wants to to have that world in her hands in regards to going to Disney World, Disneyland. She wants to have a good time, yeah, but she does have a little bit of apprehension, but it is something she'd like to do, yes. It's like that light at the end of the tunnel for her. Light at the end of the year for her, something like that. In regards to, will Star be okay? Yeah, she'll be okay. Wheel of Fortune. Will you hear from Alana soon if you don't reach out again? Yeah, you'll hear from her, even if you don't reach out. You've got the Judgment card. But if it doesn't trigger you, reach out. You know, if you're looking forward to talking to her again, do it. Especially if, like, you have no strings attached. Like, you just want to know how she's doing and just want to say hi. It makes you feel good to say hi to her. You know? Well, you know, I mean, like, I've only broken up with 2 people. And, of course, I think I just told you one of them just, like, cheated on me all the time. And the other one just emotionally abandoned me. And then they were like, is it someone else? Yeah, motherfucker, it's me. And I know that sounds so, selfish, but I came to the realization that had we gotten married, had kids, you know, I would be the only one working, making the meals, shopping for the food, paying the bills, taking care of the kids, and cleaning the house. I would be more suicidal than a dentist at the end of it all. And I just, you know, that's not the kind of relationship I want to be in, where someone is hooked on a computer and they want to engage day and night, every waking hour with people they're probably never going to meet, while their whole life is going on behind their back, with people who love them and that they love and they're missing out on. I just can't do that anymore. Just can't do it. I've been ignored like my whole life by my family. Why do I want to be ignored by a boyfriend or husband or a man thing or anybody? No. I'm from Florida. Like, I left Florida because I can't stand it. Okay? Ever thought of moving to Florida? I'd rather cut off my little toe and eat it. In fact, I went out of the South so bad. You know, I just might lose my mind if I don't get out of here again at some point. I can't believe I got out of here and I came right back. But you know why I came right back? Because, okay, so we left Florida because there was no money to be made. We only moved to New England because I had a scholarship to music school. But we also had to leave New England because we couldn't make any money there. Moved out to California, same shit, different place. And it just seems like the only place that we could find good jobs was in Atlanta. So we stayed in Atlanta and came back to Atlanta and always came back to this kind of hub. But moving to Florida, honey child, I lived there most of my life and I just don't think I'm going back. The thought of it makes me want to cry, remembering what it smells like. and then to think that, like, I lived there for years and then, like, my family never came to visit. You know, and I didn't, you know, and that was such a trigger that was like, okay, well, are they not coming to visit me because I'm a bad kid? Or they're just a bad person? Like, you know, it's like confusing thoughts and things like that. And it's just very triggering in a way because it's not the same place it was when I was a kid. It feels like with all the things going on in that particular state, not just like politically, but environmentally. Environmentally, it's freaking me out a little bit, Rob. No, Florida's not bad. You're right. It's not bad. I mean, I might even consider, like, you know, maybe Pensacola. But at the same time, it's like, what am I going to do the rest of my life? Play rock and roll. I'm going to play music. So, why am I going to move to any other place other than a place like Music City? You know what I mean? So, I did start playing music in Florida when I was a kid. But it just wasn't like, I don't know, I just wanted to see the rest of the world, you know. Have I ever thought of moving back? Yeah, I've thought of moving back several times. I've thought of moving a lot of different places, a lot of different times. But, you know, it's come down to, you know, what are my options? Where am I safe? What am I familiar with? And if I do move on to the next stage in my life, it's like, you know, what am I going to be doing for the rest of my life? Well, I know I'm going to be playing music for the rest of my life. So it only made sense, Metal Rain, to move to Nashville. Or move to a place that might be even more diverse in Bigfoot Hunter. That might be even more diverse than, you know, I don't know, you guys. I just feel like, I just kind of feel like a little bit lost. Like, have I ever thought of moving to Florida? Thinking about moving, it's like kind of scary thinking about moving, to be honest. Especially in a time like this. At a time like this. Especially when you've been looking for a place to live as long as I have been. I don't know that any of us ever really find our home. Except for wherever we're, you know, we lay our head that night. There's a lot to be said for really not knowing where you belong. I don't really know where I, you know, belong, but But here's the thing. While LA's a big music city, what's going on with the local music scene? What's going on with the musicianship in that city compared to maybe what the musicianship was 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years ago? Same with Atlanta. It's like, I don't know that I have gone anywhere else and found the musicianship that I found in Nashville that, say, I found 5, 10, 15 years ago. Yep, I used to hang out with Cold Chamber. They're really good friends with, like, a circle of friends of mine here. Like, the whole Seven Dust, Stuck Mojo scene. Well, see, you don't follow the local scene, so... and I don't follow the local scene in Los Angeles, so I don't know. But you should be following a local scene if somebody you know is in the local scene or trying to pursue the local scene. But see, that's another thing that can be kind of quite a downfall for some people, is that, they don't have a local scene, and B, they don't follow their local scene. And if they don't follow their local scene, they don't really know what else is out there to explore, experiment with, or even what they're up against. Whereas, what I liked about Nashville, despite its disgusting politics, what I really liked about Nashville is the fact that it's the kind of city where you can go there and people will recognize your musical talent. And they'll be like, okay, you're cool, come on, let's go do something cool. And you truly can find musicianship there. That's been something very difficult for me to find, that. So when I start thinking about, where am I going to go next? I'm going to go where the music is. I'm going to go where everybody knows my name. I'm going to always go back to my music scene in Nashville, because that's the music scene that has always opened its arms to me. No matter what. Whether someone was beating my ass at a bar up there, or someone was, recording me in Jack White's studio. You know what I mean? Like, but there have been several times when I may have been there, Metal Rain, when you were online. Yes, music can be anywhere you listen. You make the music. Yeah, you're right. But there's a whole lot more that goes into just making the music. Once you make the music, you kind of intuitively, instinctually, want to share that music with people. So maybe you might want to play it online, or you might want to go to a club and play it, or something like that. Yep. The thing is that I feel like, really, you don't really have to be anywhere, really, other than, right here online with your music or your art, sharing it. But there's just something so profound and deep about being a part of a music scene that cares about you, that cares about your music, and your fans can go somewhere and physically see you, touch you, hug you, give you a gift, you give them a gift, you play music, they sing along to your songs, or whatever song they recognize that you're singing. It's so profound and joyful to get into an organic situation like that. And that's really what I want to be doing. And that's why I have spent such a long time, like, not only working on my tarot business, but my music business thing, and trying to find a place for, my band and I to move in together and make music. But I also know I don't have to move into a house with my drummer to make music. I know that we can work remotely together and still make great music. You know, will it be the same? It's not going to be the same as being in the same room. But it will be so much more profound when we get in that room together and we're more tight than, say, than if we were not doing something remotely, you know. Excuse me. Well, I better get some sleep because I really do want to plan a live music show for you guys for Christmas, New Year's Eve, something like that. Well, I think that if you mesh well and create well together, moving in together is great, but there's a lot of other aspects, you know, and boundaries that have to be talked about, communicated about, and also respected, you know, like, you can mesh with someone all day long and create well with them, but that doesn't mean moving in with them is going to be healthy. Like, you know, there are things that you never know about somebody until you, like, move in with them, right? So, you know, just if you guys do get roommates or you move in with someone new, you know, make sure you know them pretty well before you move in with them. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, like your brother and Rose yet. Whose boundaries though? Whose boundaries? Any friends' boundaries that can accept your boundaries and live through them. Though, like, if your friends have boundaries and you can respect their boundaries, and you have boundaries and they can respect your boundaries, then it's probably, and you create well together and mesh well, then yeah, it's probably good to move in together. But, like, you know, I'm not trying to get into a situation where, like, I'm taking care of everyone on my own. You know, I'm not trying to get in a situation where I'm picking up after everybody. I'm not trying to get in a situation where I'm, like, driving everyone around. You know, people have to be able to wipe their own butts, clean up after themselves, you know, get where they need to go by themselves if need be. Better buy a car, drive a car, know how to use a Uber, a taxi, a bus, a bike, a motorcycle, a pair of skates, a skateboard, because I'm not your mommy. You know what I mean? I know, but it's like, you gotta be careful about so many different kinds of roommates that, you know, there's like this long list of bullshit that I won't even consider. And most of them have been, you know, adult children. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I'll just stay right here with the pups. What's the worst I can do? Shit on the floor. It'll be so cute. It'll look like, you know, little tiny peas. I'm telling you, I just like Ari was saying about her roommate last night, that it seems like she has 2 or 3 or 4 fellas over a week. You know, and that's fine. She said she wasn't trying to slut shame her new roommate or anything like that. But at the same time, it's like, it's obviously making Ari feel uncomfortable. So if she's paying rent, right, and she's paying bills and she's splitting everything down the middle with her roommate, does that mean that she should put up with anything that might be making her feel uncomfortable like that? You know what I mean? Like, I know I certainly wouldn't want to be living with anybody who was bringing home a different person multiple times throughout the week. Like, I need a nap without knowing that there's some strange person in the house that might rape me, steal from me, or accidentally let one of my pets out of the house. And then I'll absolutely go batshit crazy. Like, gun crazy, okay? And, you want to live alone, to be honest. See, I know, right? Like, I want to live alone, to be honest. I don't go gun crazy on a stranger. But I am very worried about the fact that, you know, if I'm going to get a new roommate, like, there's not going to be any, like, picking up a rose at the supermarket because I'm desperate for a roommate kind of energy from the Golden Girls, you know? Like, there's no going to be looking for a roommate and a, you know, Greek white female seeks roommate who I have no idea what your name is going to be, but I need one, so that's never going to happen to me. Like, it's just not going to happen. It's bad enough I'm stuck with the roommate I've got. Which, I think somebody on the channel called him a hobosexual, but first of all, it's not a him, and second of all, how can it be a hobosexual when they're not, and there's no, you know, and they're not homeless or hobo. So, I don't know, I just learned about that term this summer. Nothing wrong with wanting to live alone, though. Spirit, I'm calling forth our most trusted and strongest spirit guides. Do you have any messages from the clarification love situations oracle deck for us tonight? Before we close the spirit portal and say goodnight. It is my bedtime, you guys. In fact, my bedtime's in 2 minutes. Enlightened truths and clouded visions. I'm going to turn the call center off too. But yeah, like I'm pretty sure a lot of people would want to have a great roommate that they can have a good time with and enjoy their life with and know that they can trust them and that they're not going to like try to steal from them or rape them in the middle of the night. And those are the kind of boundaries I'm talking about. You know, the only reason, like, if I just met some drummer off the street, you guys, that I just started a band with, I would probably never want to move in with them. But I've known and played music with my drummer since I was a kid. So I feel very comfortable being around. The same with, like, the roommate I live with now. Like, my dad and I have known our roommate for 20 years. I can't really imagine living with someone I barely know. Have you guys ever done something like that? That would really creep me out, to have to live with somebody I barely know. What's not a roommate? Much more than a roommate. As long as they ain't trying to sleep in the same room with me like they're my dog. Or my dad on chemo. I just don't really see myself getting into any uncomfortable situations. That's why, Metal Rain, when you talk about your uncomfortable situation, you know, I pray for you, dude, that you can get to a point where you're living with people you like and that you're comfortable. So I know you can. I know you can make it happen, especially if it's something that you want to make happen in the new year. It's definitely something you can make happen. You aren't obligated to Rose. You're not obligated to Richard. You don't owe these people shit, dude. Okay? Yeah, I'm strangered out too. I still work from home and I have to talk to a lot of strangers. And by the end of the day, it's just too much. So, laid to rest. Let go of lingering disputes and make peace together. Icy goodbyes. Amidst unclear paths and frozen moments, the hardest choice is leaving for clarity. Like, you know, Rob, you may have just very well left your last relationship or needed to leave it so you could find clarity. That's how I felt about my last relationship. And now I have more clarity about that friendship than ever. And that's just what it was always supposed to be. And as far as laid to rest, I mean, those things, Mental Rain, that you feel that might not serve you, lay them to rest. The ones that come up about Rose, that might come up about Richard, that might come up about Ileana, that might come up about your job that you don't like. Same with you, Rob. And I'll try to do the same. I mean, it's pretty icy to tell somebody, you know, like, them ask, is there somebody else? And you're like, yep, it's me. I mean, I know that probably makes me sound like a real bitch. But when someone's emotionally abandoning you, and then you start emotionally abandoning yourself because of it, you know, misery must love company, you know. Your previous career involved a lot of strangers. I'm strangered out and I'm happy at home, which is wild for me to say considering we're in YouTube chat watching your live stream. Let it be. It's the years, yeah. Oof. You just weighed yourself 162 pounds. I'm jealous. I want to be 162 pounds. Ruby. Hi, baby. How'd you get to be 162 pounds? Weren't you saying something like you were losing like weight really quickly? Hey, Dad. You know, maybe you just changed the... Oh. Are you okay? Maybe you just been changing the way you eat, Metal Rain, or something. Maybe you just, you know, maybe it's just the change of season. I'm sorry. Are you okay? My little baby. Alright, you guys. We're going to bed. Although she just woke up, so she probably needs to go outside or something like that. Are you okay? She's like, no, I'm not okay. I'm a dog that just woke up. Oh, Ruby, you're so cute, honey. It goes up and down throughout the day? Like, how much up and down? Maybe Tuesday. She just woke up, so she might not have to go. Because she ate and then went out, but I don't know if she's had any water, so... I just picked her right up off the couch. Maybe she squealed because I squeezed her too tight. I'm gonna let, okay, so 4 or 5 pounds, the most 7 pounds. Well, yeah, that's happened to me on a regular basis. Sometimes, you know, going between water weight, depending on what I ate, what I didn't eat, how I've been fasting, how maybe I've not been fasting, how I've been sleeping, maybe how I've not been sleeping. Baby, do. Alright, well, keep me updated about, your weight loss there, Metal Rain. I'm jealous. I'm gonna lose 7 pounds a day. But you said it's fluctuating. How many poops a day does it take for you to go to the middle, Ruby? Actually, I walk the dogs about 3 times a day. They eat twice a day, so they probably take 2 poops a day. At least 3. You're asking him how many poops a day? Okay. Alright. But I'm telling you what, Metal Rain. It can be very normal for someone to weight to fluctuate depending on what's going on with their body and how their metabolism processes and how their life is impacted by the things that they do and eat and consume and weather and things like that. Well, yeah, I mean, you will drop weight by morning. And the reason you'll drop weight by morning is because now your body is going to start fasting. Alright, you guys. I'm going to bed. Be good to yourself with your thoughts. I will be back tomorrow. Thank you, Metal Rain, for coming by to hang out tonight. Thank you, Rob, tonight for coming to hang out. And thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. I will get that reading to you. So look for the link tomorrow. Tomorrow or Thursday. Probably tomorrow. YouTube usually squares that kind of thing away from me pretty quickly. It's just up to me to finish it up. I just haven't. The most you ever weighed was 200 pounds? Gosh. Wish I could say the same. I'll tell you what, it is no fun being overweight. It sucks. Get some rest, Rob. Get some rest, Metal Rain. Everybody get some rest and chill out. Have a good night. Enjoy yourselves. I'll be back tomorrow. We can do more Fun Line Tarot. I'll talk to you later. Kalanita. Music is sacred. Good night. Bye. Oh, 205. Look, you guys are so skinny and healthy. I'm just